I'm Gary Winter. I'm the managing attorney at Lavex. Our whole mission was to kind of take the frustrating parts out of law. So that's where the vexing piece comes in. If we can remove those frustrations for our clients and for our attorneys and our staff and just try and generally make a better legal experience. We have 6 partner attorneys right now, staff of 8. We service pretty much all of Central California. We also have cases and clients in the Bay Area and the Los Angeles counties as well. This is my 14th year. I went to law school in 2003 after I got laid off from United Airlines. I was a pilot, and after 9/11, a bunch of us got laid off. So went to school, changing careers, and passed the bar in 2006 and been practicing ever since. Our firm is a full service trust and estates firm. So that meaning that we do everything within that practice area. In addition to that, since those things really kind of dovetail in with business planning and business succession planning specifically, we also do small and mid-sized enterprise mergers and acquisitions, commercial property and residential investor representation. So kind of those 2 sort of sub areas of business and real estate kind of go hand in hand with that trust and estate practice area. I personally view CEB since law school. I think we were introduced to CEB in law school when I started in 2003, and in some aspect, even when I was clerking and working as an associate and then a partner before I went out on my own, I think everybody used CEB in some capacity, not necessarily and almost never as the sole resource, but for a long time. Some years later, used CEB alongside with some other resources, but around 2010, I think I switched off most of my other legal research and just went solely CEB. So I've been primarily CEB research for about probably 10 years. I have always had positive personal experiences when I call to ask a question to CEB, even before, we're a much larger customer today than I was as a solo back then. But when I had a question about billing or subscription or whatever, I could reach someone on the phone and we could have a conversation, and it didn't necessarily need to be a long one, but it just felt like the service that we were receiving and have received for years has been consistent. It's been, thoughtful and collaborative and kind in many cases, which seems like not a lot to ask, but that was meaningful to us, to be able to talk to you guys and just have that conversation. It's a really great value when you look at the price point per lawyer for us. I think it's exciting. I'm glad to see, and I was relieved actually that CEB did the upgrade to the new CEB, because I think you guys are positioned best for it. Some of the large data providers, I feel like they don't really quite get some of the nuances of California specific matters, and you end up having to buy data that encompasses sort of this broad generalities just to get California. And so you end up purchasing a lot of data that you don't really need, don't want to use. And it's just, it's confusing for staff because they're like, okay, well, where was that form, or how do we find that again? And I like it because I think CEB is more niched into California specifics, where these larger data providers, I just really feel like they're losing touch, and maybe have long since lost touch with the boutique firm like us that is trying to be very good at what we're doing. CEB has been really helpful, especially with the new OnLaw Pro that definitely, helps us by sort of aggregating together some things that we would have had to purchase from multiple different resources. It would have ultimately been just more confusing. It's more, more subscriptions, more expense. I'm genuinely a CEB fan. I've been with you for a long time, and we have this technology stack that we have developed through years of sort of trial and error and relationships. We're extremely loyal to these software providers that have continued to evolve and just do better and better things with their software for us, and it's helped us build the business model that we have. And CEB is part of that. It's a big part of that stack. Overall, it's it's really helping us with our strategy of just, being a deeply knowledgeable boutique trust and estates firm, and assimilating lawyers into that, which is critical.